Welcome to NIBIRU Truth. This is Rob, and today I'm going to be discussing a fellow named Scott with his channel is NIBIRU Planet X The Awakening. But I'll let Scott introduce himself and let him talk for a bit.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the NIBIRU channel. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, in my earlier videos today, I think I missed some information that is pretty critical. Looking back at the Magnetopause back on the 21st, yesterday, we had a lot of disturbances with our Magnetopause. And, well, you really can't see it here, but it's kind of like an artificial bow. They call it a bow shock. It's an arch that protects our planet from the solar winds from the sun. And, you know, I check this every single day because it is very, very critical. But what I've seen today and going through today was just absolutely critical. Now, I'm going to go ahead and back this up all the way. And we're going to go to the time 3:05:27 UTC time on the 21st. And I'm just going to take this very, very slowly. And I want you to pay very close attention to the bow shock. And you can already see right here how intense this is. Very intense. You can see by the color code key right here. So we are being hit by something. All
right, let me stop you there, Scott. Let's talk for a second here. Now, you're going to watch what he says, because right here he mentions the color code. And here we see a color code that goes from red to blue from 0.003 or 0.004 virtually to 0.0. Okay, now what this is saying is that on this frame of video, red is the highest level at 0.003 and blue is the lowest level at 0. And what is this scale talking about? It's talking about this. This is probably microamps per meter squared. I'm not sure what the A is. I'm guessing amps, because usually when you see a capital A, it means amps. So this would be a measure of energy level, okay? Now, I'll let him go back to talking at this point.
Likely a solar wind, but we're also going to see some anomalies come from behind, which is kind of unusual. And you're going to see this bow shock literally collapse. But that's really not the point of this video. Even though this is critical, we were basically under siege by something. Now, let me just try to back this up because it goes very quickly. Now, once again, you're going to see this intensity coming in. The bow shock seems to be tightening up, tightening closer to the Earth. So let's see if we can just take this a few frames at a time. I want you to see how it's flexing. And then once again, you're going to see this intensity right here.
All right, now let me just stop you here. He was at 0.0038, then 0.0047. He was at a much higher number just a couple frames ago. Now he's at 0.002. The whole scale, the red, the hottest parts, are at 0.002. So now it would be natural for areas that were marked in blue before or in cyan before to become green and yellow. Just simply because the scale, the overall energy level, has reduced.
We're going to keep advancing this because it gets very, very interesting. As we go through this, well, let me just back that up one click. Okay, now, once again, we see a huge amount of this intensity.
Now, again, the level is now at 0.0014. It's now the lowest it's ever been. So, but it's mapped red to blue on every frame independently. This still represents the maximum. So now all of the energy you see anywhere on the frame is now lower than it was ever before. But listen to what he says about it.
This energy coming in from behind the Earth. This is the dark side of the Earth. This is the daytime side facing the sun. Now the bow shock is completely engulfed. Let's just take one more click forward. Now you can see this energy has moved in, and it has literally expanded the bow shock almost into a complete collapse, or sometimes it's called a reversal, but it's not that close to a reversal. But this is pretty bad. This is very bad.
Okay, now the energy level coming in, the hottest energy level is lower than it's been throughout the video, but he says this is bad. This is very bad. Now, I have to ask, what credentials does this guy have to analyze this when he doesn't even look at what the units are or what the actual scale is on the diagram?
And what this energy is here, where it's coming from, I mean, I have my ideas. A lot of people won't agree with what I think, but I'm going to bounce this off of the physicist first thing tomorrow morning. I know it.
But he knows what they're going to say, and he's going to tell you now what he believes the physicists are going to say, like it's gospel truth.
Exactly what she's going to say, and it's going to coincide with what I think. But there is an energy source, another stellar wind, coming from behind the Earth. And it's pulsating. Now, let's just take a few more steps because this is very interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys see this little dotted square right here. I've never seen that before on this Magnetopause model. I've never seen that. Once again, here you can see this amount of energy. It's very intense. Look at the color key over here.
Yes, it's actually lower now. 0.0007, lower than 0.001, lower than 0.002, lower than 0.003, and lower than 0.004. It is now the lowest it has ever been in the entire video so far, and he says this is worse. This is more intense. This is the credibility of the people that you're listening to.
Let's take a few more frames. Now, again, it is very, very expanded. The bow shock just completely expanded. Very, very abnormal. Now you can see it collapsing in.
Now, it is not abnormal for the bow shock to expand if the energy level coming in is lower. You see, but he doesn't understand that the energy level is lower.
And you can see right here, this is a very odd signature here. I mean, we see that from time to time, but we're going to go ahead and just click this frame by frame. And you can see how it's pulsing. Now, once again, you can see it's starting to collapse inward here. Once again, it's expanding, contracting, expanding, contraction. Now, this is not normal. What we're seeing there now.
Okay. Does this guy sound like he's qualified to analyze this document in any way whatsoever? I think I've made my point. Thank you.